let me ask you a question and answer honestly. Are you actually running your business, or are you just reacting to whatever lands in your inbox? Because here's what I see all the time. A talented, hardworking TC says yes to everything, fixes every file, rescue every last-minute crisis, and then wonders, why does this feel like I am not in control? If that sounds familiar, this video is for you. So today we are talking about what really separates a freelancer from a business owner and what happens when you don't lead your business. Well, someone else will. So let's be clear. If you don't define the boundaries, expectations, and responsibilities of your service, you are not setting up a business. You are setting yourself up to be managed by your client. And let's be honest, most scope issues actually start before the client even signs on. If your email signature says transaction coordinator, and you never clarify what that means, they might assume you handle listing, marketing, client calls, everything. And that assumption isn't always their fault. Maybe their last TC did all of that, or maybe they've never worked with a TC before, so they genuinely don't know. That's why your onboarding process has to educate as much as it supports. Your services are not top secret intel. They need to be crystal clear before the agent signs anything. Here's where it goes sideways. If your welcome package is just 3 bullet points, if you never say what's not included, if you avoid the uncomfortable boundary talk, then you just sign up for a game of scope limbo. So try this. Write down everything you did for your last 3 files. Now highlight anything that wasn't part of your intended service. Did you book a photo shoot? Write listing remarks? Explain escrow? Chase down the HOA documents? There is your blurry line, and it's probably costing you more than you think. Now, let's talk about guilt. Yes, because this is where so many TCs lose control. We want to be helpful. We want to be accommodating. So we say yes to just this one thing over and over again until your streamlined TC service now includes social media graphic, client updates, weekend text, listing support, file babysitting. That's crazy, because this isn't sustainable and it's not professional. Here's the reframe. Saying no doesn't make you rude. It makes you consistent. You can say, that is not part of my service, but I can refer you if that is something that you don't do at all. Or that is not included in the file fee, but I can price it separately. So here are a few go-to phrases that you can use with love and clarity. For example, I totally get what you ask, but that's outside the scope of what I offer. I don't handle that directly, but I know someone who does. That's actually not included in this service, but we can add it on if needed. So let's take a quick pause. If you're getting value from this, tap that like button and subscribe. Seriously. It helps more than you know. And it makes sure you don't miss the next tip. All right, so let's talk systems, because systems are your voice when you are not in the room. When your systems are strong, you don't have to keep repeating yourself. The process educates the client for you. So here's what I recommend. First, of course, a discovery call to pre-qualify the agent before you agree to anything. Then a TC agreement to clearly outline scope, deadlines, payment, and how you work. Next, an intake form. So you are not reinventing the wheel with every file. A welcome email that lays out exactly what to do and what they should expect. Here is a bonus tip. Make your welcome email like a mini FAQ. Answer the top 5 questions you always get before they even ask. And if all of this feels overwhelming, good news, you can get templates, explanations, videos, and email support in my Coordination Virtual Playbook. It's the course that I run and opens only a couple of times a year. So if you're interested, join the waitlist. The link is going to be included below. Now, let me tell you, it is easy to fall into the trap of being the helpful TC. But helpful doesn't mean always available. Helpful doesn't mean doing their job too. You are not a robot, you are a business. And if you're always reacting instead of leading, it's time to shift. Think like a CEO. Set your hours, hold the boundaries, stick to your process, and enforce your agreement. That's what leaders look like in a service business. And now let's talk about what it really costs when you let clients run the show. Well, the first thing is time, because you're doing unpaid work. And then, of course, money, because you are giving away premium services for free. And let's don't forget about energy, because you are reacting to things you could have prevented. Also reputation, because scattered service makes you look inconsistent. And of course, peace. The peace that probably made you go freelance in the first place. Remember, being a skilled TC is only half the equation. The other half is building a business that actually supports that skill. That means investing time in your systems, in your intake form, in your agreement, in your process. You don't need to do it all at once, but you do need to start. And one of the best ways to take back control is with a discovery call. If you want to learn how to use it to lead the relationship, click this video right here.